Welcome to a new tutorial of 3D modeling using Tekla Structures 2025. The foundation under the steel column will be added to the model. Press Ctrl P to go to 3D model. Go to concrete column. Adjust the name to be concrete column and the dimension will be 550 by 500. For the material it will be C30 and we will use this color. Go and adjust the top elevation to be at 0 and bottom elevation at -800. Go here, pick the middle point of the column at the bottom. Press Ctrl P. Make sure that your work plan is parallel to the current view. Pick point. Then select the concrete column that we draw. Go to Edit, Copy Special, Linear, press back. Select this point to this point and number of copies 7. Okay. Now the concrete columns copied. Select the concrete columns under the steel columns that we have drawn using selection filter. Go here and new filter, add row, select object type equal part, add another row, make this part name equal and select the concrete column. Save this one as concrete column filter. Save as, apply, okay. Select the whole model. As you can see, only the concrete columns have been selected. Go to Edit, Copy Special, Mirror, pick this end to this midpoint, copy, okay. Now the concrete columns has been copied to the other side of the warehouse. Press Ctrl P to check. Ctrl P again. We will take the same filter will be applied. Go to copy, special, linear, pick point from this end to this end and copy. Okay. So the concrete columns also has been copied to the columns for mezzanine. Here is this one. Ctrl P. To draw the complete column under the end gables, same way, go to complete column, adjust the name and gable columns. Complete and gable columns. The dimension for this column it will be 400 by 400. C30 will be used, and for the class we will use this color. Make sure the top elevation at 0 and the bottom elevation at -800. Okay, here pick the middle point of the column. Pick here also. Press Ctrl P. Select the two columns. To select the column, you should go here from selection filter and use standard. So you are able to select any element or object in the drawing area. Select this column. Press Ctrl and select this one. Adjust your work plan to be parallel to the current view. Go to Edit. Copy Special. Mirror. Select this point. Go down to this point. Copy. So the complete columns under the end gables has been copied. Okay. Control V. To draw the pad footing or isolated footing under the concrete column, go to concrete footing, pad footing, adjust the name to be pad footing as this. For the profile, we use 1000 by 1000. C30 for the material, and for the color, we will use this one. Adjust the top elevation to be at -800, and for the bottom elevation it will be -1400. Control P. Go here, select the midpoint from here, expand, Control P to check. Yes, this is your pad footing or isolated footing under the concrete column. Control P. Select this one. Go to Edit, Copy Special, Linear, take from this point to this point, number of curves 7. P. Okay. Control P. To select this isolated footing under the steel columns, go to selection filter, new filter, add row, object, object type, part, add another row, part, name equal, and select from the model the bed footing. Save it as bed footing enter. Save as, apply, OK. Select the whole model. Only the isolated footing will be selected. Go to edit, copy spatial, mirror, take point from here to this point, copy, Ctrl P to check your work, to copy it under the columns of mezzanine floor, go to copy spatial, linear, pick point from this point to this point, copy, OK, and remove this one. We don't need it. Ctrl P. The isolated footing under the end gables columns will be different in dimension. It will be more smaller. So go to footing, bed footing, make it bed footing in gables, and change the dimension from 1000 to 700, and here this is 700. C30. This dimension for the isolated footing has been selected based on the design of the footing, and it has been done by another software to make sure that it is sufficient for the load. Select the same color and make sure the top elevation is minus 800 and bottom elevation at minus 1400. Pick here the middle point of the column. Then pick the point here. Pick here. And go and pick this point here. Press Ctrl P. Now we will draw the ground beams which connect concrete columns together. First, go to View List, pick Plan 0, make it active, OK. Then go to Concrete, Beam, adjust here the name to be ground beam, and section will be 600 by 300 millimeter, or the material will be C30, and adjust the color to be this one. Offset in Z direction to be minus 200 millimeter, and here also to be 200 millimeter. Go here, pick the first point here to this point, Ctrl P to check, yes, Ctrl P again, from this point to this point, and from this point to Control P. Press V on the keyboard. Pick point for rotation to make sure that your elevations is correct. Control P again. Yeah. Pick point from here. This point. Control P to check. Control P again. Select these ground beams here. Press Control to select the others. Go to Edit and make sure that your work plan is parallel to the current view. Then go to Copy Special, Mirror, pick the midpoint here, till the midpoint here and copy. Okay, just copy here. Then go to Edit, Copy Special, Mirror from this point to the mid, copy. Okay, Control P to check. Press V on the keyboard and pick point. Go to 3D. Go to Plan 0. Control P. And we should also add ground beams here between the concrete columns of the mezzanine floor. So go to concrete beam using the same section of ground beam. Pick point from here. Then from this point. Select this one here. Then go to Edit, Copy Special, Linear. Pick this point to this point, and the number of copies 6. Okay. Control P. Go to 3D. Control P.